Lagos, Victoria Island, 2:47 p.m. on a scorching Tuesday afternoon. The kind of heat that makes even your sweat. Prestige Motors Lagos sat gleaming on Ediola Aduku Street, like a shrine to wealth. Floor-to-ceiling glass windows, marble floors so shiny you could see your reflection judging you. And inside, the most expensive cars in West Africa. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Rolls-Royces, McLarens. Cars that cost more than most people would earn in 3 lifetimes. And walking toward this temple of luxury was a man who looked like he just crawled out of Computer Village after a 3-day coding marathon. His name was Chidi Okafor, 32 years old, wearing a faded I Love Lagos t-shirt with a small hole near the collar, cargo shorts that had seen better days, and worn-out Converse sneakers. On his back, a beat-up JanSport backpack that looked like it survived secondary school, university, and possibly a small war. But here's what nobody at Prestige Motors knew. Chidi Okafor was worth 47 billion naira. Yeah, billion, with a B. He was the founder of PayFlow, the payment app that every single Nigerian with a smartphone used daily. The app that had revolutionized how people sent money across Africa. The company that had just been valued at $2.3 billion by international investors. But Chidi didn't believe in flashy clothes or showing off wealth. He believed in comfort, in staying humble, in remembering where he came from. A one-room apartment in Ajagunle, where his mother sold pure water to pay his school fees. Today, Chidi wanted to buy 15 luxury cars, not for himself, for his senior staff members who'd been with him since the beginning. The engineers, designers, and marketers who'd work 80-hour weeks to build PayFlow from nothing. He wanted to reward them, to show them their loyalty meant something. So he walked into Prestige Motors, backpack and all, ready to spend 850 million naira in one afternoon. What happened next would become Lagos legend. The automatic doors whooshed open. Cold AC hit Chidi's face like a blessing from heaven. The showroom floor stretched before him, a car lover's paradise. A cherry-red Ferrari 488 sat in the center like a work of art. A midnight blue Lamborghini Aventador gloomed under spotlights. A Rolls-Royce Phantom in champagne gold looked like it was waiting for royalty. Chidi's eyes lit up. "Wow," he whispered. "Can I help you?" The voice came from behind him. Cold, sharp, dripping with judgment. Chidi turned. A man in his late 30s stood there, wearing an expensive navy blue suit, a crisp white shirt, and a smile that didn't reach his eyes. His name tag read Marcus Adeleke, Senior Sales Mentor. Marcus looked Chidi up and down slowly. His eyes lingered on the faded t-shirt, the cargo shorts, the worn-out Converse sneakers. His smile disappeared completely. "I said, can I help you?" Marcus repeated this time with open hostility. "Are you lost? Computer Village is that way." He pointed toward the door. Chidi smiled politely. "No, I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm interested in buying some cars." Marcus actually laughed out loud like Chidi had just told the funniest joke in Nigerian history. "Some cars," Marcus repeated mockingly. "Okay, comedian, listen. Do you know where you are? This is Prestige Motors. Prestige. We don't sell Toyotas or those small Hondas here. Our cheapest car is 35 million naira. "I know. That's why I'm here." Marcus' face went from amused to annoyed. "Young man, stop wasting my time. I have real customers coming in soon. Customers who can actually afford to breathe the same air as these vehicles." A few other salespeople were starting to notice. A woman in a tight pencil skirt giggled behind her hand. A younger guy in a too-tight suit whispered something to his colleague, both looking at Chidi like he was entertainment. "I'm serious," Chidi said, keeping his voice steady. "I want to buy—" "Let me guess," Marcus interrupted, crossing his arms. "You've been watching too many YouTube videos. You think you're going to walk in here, act mysterious, and suddenly surprise everyone by pulling out a briefcase full of cash." He laughed again. "This is real life, not Nollywood." Actually, I was hoping to pay by bank transfer. More secure that way. Marcus stepped closer. His cologne was overwhelming, the kind of expensive scent insecure men wear too much of. Listen carefully. Marcus dropped his voice to a threatening whisper. I've been selling luxury cars for 15 years. 15! I can spot a time waster from across the street. And you? He looked at Chidi up and down again with pure disgust. You look like you can't afford the air freshener in these cars. Let's talk of the cars themselves. Can I at least look around? Chidi asked. No! Marcus' voice boomed across the showroom. Other customers, real customers in expensive clothes, turned to stare at Chidi. You cannot look around. This is not ShopRite where you can window shop for free. Every minute you spend here wastes my time and potentially disturbs my paying customers. The well-dressed couple by the Rolls-Royce were now filming Chidi on their phone, probably for Instagram stories. This is why we need better security at these places, the woman said loud enough for everyone to hear. Chidi felt his jaw tighten. But he dealt with worse, much worse. He'd faced investors who told him his app would never work. Banks that refused to give him a business loan. People who'd said a boy from Ajagunli could never build anything meaningful. He'd proven them all wrong. I understand you're busy, Chu said quietly, but I am a legitimate customer. If you could just... Security! Marcus shouted it so loudly that everyone in the showroom froze. A large security guard came running from the entrance. Yes, Olga Marcus. This man is harassing our customers and disturbing the peace. He pointed at Chidi like he was pointing at a criminal. Wait, what? Chidi's eyes widened. I'm not harassing anyone. You're making our real customers uncomfortable. Look at you. You dress like you're going to fix a generator somewhere, and you want to waste my time talking about buying Ferraris. Please, you're either a scammer or you're mentally unwell. Either way, you need to leave. The security guard hesitated. Olga, maybe we should just... Are you questioning me? I am the senior sales manager here. When I say remove someone, you remove them. Or do you want to lose your job today? The security guard's face fell. No, sir. He walked toward Chidi apologetically. Sir, please, I don't want wahala. Just go quietly. Chidi looked around the showroom. Every single person was staring at him. Some with pity, some with amusement, some with open contempt. The well-dressed couple by the Rolls-Royce were now filming him on their phone, probably for Instagram stories. This is why we need better security at these places, the woman said loud enough for everyone to hear. Chidi took a deep breath. Then he smiled, a real smile this time. The kind of smile that said, you have no idea what's about to happen. Okay, Chidi said calmly. I'll leave. Smart decision. And don't come back. I'm adding your face to our blacklist. If you show up here again, we'll call the police. Chidi walked toward the door. The security guard escorted him, looking genuinely sorry. I'm sorry, sir, he whispered. I'm just doing my job. I understand, Chidi said kindly. What's your name? Emmanuel, sir. Well, Emmanuel, you've been very professional. Thank you for that. Emmanuel looked confused, but nodded. Chidi stepped out into the Lego's heat. The door closed behind him with a final dismissive whoosh. Marcus turned to his colleagues, laughing. Did you see that guy? The audacity! Coming in here looking like a Donful conductor and talking about buying cars? The other salespeople laughed along, already turning back to their real customers, the incident forgotten. What none of them knew was that Chidi wasn't walking away defeated. He was walking toward his car, a modest 2018 Toyota Camry he'd bought used because he didn't believe in wasting money on cars, and pulling out his phone. He scrolled through his contacts and found the name he was looking for, Chief Adeyemi, Prestige Auto Group. He pressed dial. The phone rang twice. Chidi, my boy, how are you? Chief Adeyemi's voice boomed through the speaker.
Chief Adeyemi was the owner of the entire Prestige Auto Group franchise, 12 dealerships across Nigeria, including the one Chidi had just been thrown out of. Chidi and Chief Adeyemi had met at a charity gala 2 years ago. They'd bonded over their shared humble beginnings. Chief had started as a mechanic in Oshodi before building his empire. He was one of the few ultra-wealthy people Chidi genuinely respected. "Chief, I'm well," Chidi said. "I need a favor." "Anything, my boy. What do you need?" "I need you to meet me at your Victoria Island dealership, right now, if possible." There was a pause. "Prestige Motors Lagos. Why? What happened?" "Let's just say," Chidi smiled to himself, "your staff needs some customer service training." Chief Adeyemi's voice changed immediately, became serious. "Who disrespected you?" "We'll talk when you get here." "How soon can you make it?" "I'm in Lekki. I'll be there in 20 minutes. "Perfect. Oh, and Chief." "Yes?" "Bring your dealership acquisition contracts. All of them." There was another pause. Then Chief Adeyemi started laughing, that deep, knowing laugh of someone who understood exactly what was about to happen. "Chidi, my boy, what are you planning?" "Nothing dramatic," I said innocently. "I just want to buy some cars. Maybe buy the place they're selling them, too." Chief Adeyemi laughed even harder. "I'll be there in 15 minutes.
19 minutes later, Marcus was showing the well-dressed couple the interior of the Rolls-Royce Phantom when the automatic doors opened again. But this time, everyone in the showroom immediately stood up straighter. Chief Adeyemi had arrived. And everyone at Prestige Motors knew who Chief Adeyemi was. The owner, the big boss, the man who could fire anyone in the building with a snap of his fingers. Chief was in his 60s, tall and imposing, wearing a white agbada with gold embroidery. He walked with the confidence of a man who'd built an empire from absolutely nothing. Marcus's face lit up like Christmas morning. "Chief! Sir! Welcome, sir! We weren't expecting you today." Chief Adeyemi didn't smile, didn't acknowledge Marcus at all. He looked around the showroom with sharp, calculating eyes. "Where is he?" Chief asked. "Where is who, sir?" Marcus asked, confused. "The young man you threw out." The entire showroom went silent. Marcus's smile faltered. "Sir, which young man?" "Don't play games with me, Marcus. The one you had security remove. About 20 minutes ago. Where is he?" Marcus's face went from confused to defensive. "Oh, that guy. Sir, he was a scammer. He came in here looking like area boy, talking nonsense about buying cars. I had to protect our business and our reputation." "You had to protect." Adeyemi's voice was dangerously quiet now. "Our reputation." "Yes, sir. You always tell us to maintain standards." "And you determined he was a scammer. How?" "Sir, you didn't see him. Faded t-shirt, cargo shorts, backpack like a university student. He looked poor, sir. Very poor." "So you threw him out because he looked poor?" "Yes, no, Sir, we have an image to maintain. If we let just anybody walk in here, anybody." The voice came from the entrance. Everyone turned. Chidi walked back into the showroom. Marcus's face went from defensive to horrified. "Sir, that's him! That's the scammer! Security, why did you let him back in?" Emmanuel, the security guard, looked torn between his job and the fact that Chief Adeyemi clearly wanted Chidi there. Chief Adeyemi smiled warmly and walked toward Chidi with open arms. "Chidi, my boy, I'm so sorry about this misunderstanding." He embraced Chidi like a son. The entire showroom watched in shock as their owner, hugged this poor scammer like they were family. Marcus's mouth literally fell open. Chidi said, loud enough for everyone to hear,
You have a beautiful showroom here, beautiful cars. But your staff, he looked directly at Marcus, they need some retraining. I apologize profusely, Chief said, still glaring at Marcus. This is unacceptable. Marcus finally found his voice. Chief, sir, I didn't know he was your friend. He didn't say anything. He just... So you only treat people with respect if they're my friends? Is that your policy? No, sir, that's not what I... Everyone. Chief Adeyemi raised his voice, addressing the entire showroom. I want you to meet someone very important. This is Chidi Okofor. Maybe that name sounds familiar. A few people started whispering. The younger salespeople were pulling out their phones, Googling the name. He's the founder and CEO of PayFlow, the app that literally every single person in this room uses to receive their salary every month. The app that revolutionized digital payments in Africa. The app that made him a US dollar billionaire. You could hear a pin drop. Marcus's face went from horrified to completely pale. The color drained so fast, he looked like he might faint. The well-dressed couple who'd been filming Chidi earlier were now frantically trying to delete the video from their phones. Chidi came here today, Chief continued, with the intention of buying 15 luxury vehicles. That's roughly 850 million naira in sales in one afternoon. Marcus swayed on his feet. But instead of being treated like the valued customer he is, Chief's voice grew harder. He was mocked, humiliated, and physically removed from my dealership. Chief, please, I can explain. Oh, I want to hear this explanation. Tell me, Marcus, tell me how you determined that a man who could buy this dealership with his pocket change was a scammer. He was dressed so casually and what? Chidi spoke up now, his voice calm but firm. Poor people don't deserve respect? People in t-shirts and shorts can't have money? You assumed everything about me based on my clothes. I'm sorry. Marcus was sweating now, actual beads of sweat running down his face. Please, Oga Chidi, sir, please, forgive me. I didn't know. That's the problem, Chidi said. You didn't know, but you treated me like garbage anyway. Not because you knew I couldn't afford these cars, but because you assumed I couldn't, based on how I looked. Chief Adeyemi walked to Marcus's desk and opened his computer. Marcus, how long have you worked here? 12 years, sir. 12 years. Chief clicked through some files. And in those 12 years, you've been our top salesman 7 times. Impressive numbers. Marcus's face showed a flicker of hope. Yes, sir. I've always worked hard for this company. But tell me something, Chief continued, still clicking through files. How do you explain these discrepancies in the commission reports? Marcus froze. What discrepancies, sir? For the past 18 months, the company has been paying out commissions for sales that, well, let's just say the numbers don't quite add up. He turned the computer screen around. Care to explain? Marcus's face went from pale to completely white. The color drained so fast, he looked like he might faint. The well-dressed couple who'd been filming Chidi earlier were now frantically trying to delete the video from their phones. In total, Chief continued, you've stolen approximately 4.8 million naira over 18 months. Marcus's knees actually buckled. He grabbed his desk for support. Chief, please, I have a family. I can pay it back. Oh, you'll pay it back. Our lawyers will be in touch. But right now, I'm going to do something I should have done months ago. Chief pulled out his phone and made a call. Security, yes, come to the showroom, please, and bring an empty box. Emmanuel, the security guard, appeared, now carrying a cardboard box. Marcus Adeleke, Chief said formally, you are fired, effective immediately. You have 10 minutes to clear out your personal items from your desk and leave the premises. If you're still here after 10 minutes, I'm calling the police to arrest you for theft." Marcus opened his mouth to protest, but no words came out. He just stood there, trembling, his entire world collapsing around him. 9 minutes, 40 seconds, Chief said, looking at his watch. Marcus scrambled to his desk, grabbing photo frames and personal items, shoving them into the box with shaking hands. He was crying now, openly crying, mascara running down his face as the reality hit him. His colleagues all looked away. Nobody helped him. Nobody said a word. As Marcus stumbled toward the exit, box in his arms, Chidi spoke up one last time. "Marcus." Marcus turned, tears streaming down his face. "The next time you meet someone," Chidi said quietly, "try judging them by their character, not their clothes. You might avoid losing everything you spent 12 years building." Marcus said nothing, just turned and walked out of Prestige Motors for the last time. The automatic doors closed behind him with a final whoosh. Chief Adeyemi sighed heavily. Then he turned to the rest of the staff, who were all standing there in shock. "This be a lesson to all of you," Chief said firmly. "We sell luxury vehicles, but that doesn't mean we only show respect to people who look wealthy. Some of the richest people I know dress like they shop at Balagoon Market, and some of the brokest people I know wear fake designers from China." Everyone nodded vigorously. Now, Chief turned to Chidi with a genuine smile. "Shall we talk about those 15 cars?" Chidi smiled back. "Actually, Chief, I've been thinking." "Oh, no," Chief laughed. "When you start thinking, I start worrying. How much would you sell this particular dealership for?" Chief raised an eyebrow. "This location. It's one of my best. Prime Victoria Island real estate, top sales figures. I want to buy it." The room went silent again. But this was a different silence. This was excitement. Chief Adeyemi studied Chidi's face, then broke into a wide grin. "You're serious?" "Completely. I want to own this dealership."
Not to run it myself, I have enough businesses to manage, but as an investment, and maybe as a reminder. A reminder of what? That success isn't about how you look, it's about how you treat people when nobody's watching. Chief Adeyemi thought for a moment, then nodded. "Okay, let's talk numbers in my office." But first, he turned to Emmanuel, the security guard. "You, what's your name?" "Emmanuel, sir," the guard said nervously. "Emmanuel, you were the only person who showed this man kindness today. Even when you were ordered to remove him, you remained professional and respectful." Chief looked at Chidi. "What do you think?" Chidi walked over to Emmanuel. "Emmanuel, how would you like a promotion?" Emmanuel's eyes went wide. "Sir? We need a new sales manager here. Someone who understands that respect isn't based on appearance. Someone who treats everyone with dignity." Chidi smiled. "Think you can handle it?" Emmanuel looked like he might cry. "Sir, I'm just security. I don't know anything about selling cars." "But you know about treating people right," Chidi said. "That's the most important skill. Everything else can be taught." Chief Adeyemi nodded approvingly. "Starting salary, 450,000 naira per month, plus commission. Company phone, company car, full benefits." Emmanuel actually did cry now. "Thank you, sir. Thank you. God bless you." Chidi then turned to a young woman who'd been sitting quietly at a desk in the corner of the whole time. She'd been the only one who hadn't laughed at him, hadn't filmed him, hadn't participated in his humiliation. "What's your name?" Chidi asked her. "Blessing, sir," she said softly. She couldn't have been more than 23. "Blessing, you've been working here for 6 months, sir. I'm an intern." "Not anymore," Chief Adeyemi said, understanding where Chidi was going with this. "You're now our assistant manager. 280,000 naira per month to start." Blessing's hands flew to her mouth. She burst into tears immediately, her colleagues gathering around to congratulate her.
2 hours later, the
The contracts were signed. Chidi now owned 60% of Prestige Motors Victoria Island. Chief Adeyemi retained 40% and would continue to provide operational support. The deal was worth 340 million naira. Chidi's lawyer had transferred the money before the sunset. As they walked back into the showroom, now officially Chidi's showroom, Chief Adeyemi put a hand on his shoulder. "You know what I admire most about you?" Chief asked. "What?" "You could have destroyed that man, could have sued him, could have made his life hell. But you just let him go." Chidi shrugged. "Losing his job and facing theft charges is punishment enough. I don't need to destroy him. I just need to make sure he never does this to someone else." Chief Adeyemi smiled. "Your mother raised you well." "She did," Chidi agreed. "She taught me that wealth isn't about money. It's about character, and that you can tell everything about a person by how they treat someone who can do nothing for them." They stood there, looking at the gleaming cars, the marble floors, the empire that Chidi had just become a part owner of. Emmanuel approached them, nervously, still wearing his security uniform but now holding a sales manager's contract. "Sir," Emmanuel said to Chidi, "I just want to say thank you. You changed my life today. My wife is pregnant with our third child, and I didn't know how we would manage on security salary. Now," he got emotional, "now everything is different." Chidi smiled. "You earned this, Emmanuel. You treated me with respect when nobody else did. That's worth more than any sale." "But sir," Emmanuel asked, "what about the 15 cars you came to buy?" Chidi laughed. "Oh, right. I almost forgot." He pulled out his phone and showed Chief a list. "Here's what I need. 5 Mercedes-Benz S-Class, 5 BMW 7 Series, and 5 Audi A8s, all in black, all fully loaded." Chief whistled. "That's 725 million naira worth of vehicles." "I know," Chidi said. "Can you have them ready by Friday? I want to surprise my staff at our company anniversary party." "Consider it done." As Chidi prepared to leave, he paused at the door and turned back to the showroom, full of employees who are now technically his employees. "Listen up, everyone," Chidi called out. "I want you to remember something. Today, you saw a man in a t-shirt and shorts walk in here, and most of you assumed he was nobody. You assumed he couldn't afford to be here. But here's the thing," Chidi continued. "Every single person who walks through that door, whether they're wearing a suit or wearing a t-shirt, deserves respect, deserves dignity, because you never know who you're talking to. That poor person might be your next boss. That broke person might be worth more than this entire building." He looked around at all of them. "So treat everyone with kindness, not because they might be rich, but because it's the right thing to do. Because character matters more than clothes, and because someday, when you need help, you'll want someone to show you the same kindness." The staff nodded, murmuring agreement. "Oh, and one more thing," Chidi added with a smile. "I'm giving everyone here a 50,000 naira bonus this month, just because." The showroom erupted in cheers. As Chidi finally walked out to his modest Toyota Camry, Chief Adeyemi walked with him. "That was quite a day," Chief said. "It was," Chidi agreed. "But you know what? I'm glad it happened." "Why?" "Because it reminded me why I started Payflow in the first place. I was tired of banks treating poor people like criminals, tired of seeing people judged by their appearance instead of their character. Today was just another example of that. And now," he gestured back at the dealership, "I own a piece of the solution." Chief Adeyemi laughed. "You know what your problem is, Chidi." "What?" "You can't just be rich. You have to be rich and righteous." Chidi grinned. "My mother wouldn't accept anything less." They shook hands. Chief Adeyemi went to his Range Rover. Chidi went to his Camry. As Chidi drove away from Prestige Motors, his dealership now, he thought about Marcus. He didn't feel victorious. He didn't feel vengeful.
He just felt sad. Sad that someone could work somewhere for 12 years and still not understand the basic principle of treating people with respect. Sad that in a city like Lagos, where everyone was hustling to survive, people still found time to look down on others. But he also felt hopeful. Hopeful because Emmanuel would never forget this lesson, neither would Blessing, neither would any of the staff who witnessed what happened today. And maybe, just maybe, they'd pass that lesson on to someone else. Kindness multiplying, like it always does.
3 months later, Marcus sat in a cramped one-bedroom apartment in Ikotun, far from the luxury of Victoria Island. His wife had left him, taken the kids. His car had been repossessed. His bank account was frozen while the lawyers fought over the stolen commissions. He'd applied to 17 different car dealerships. Nobody would hire him. The story of what happened at Prestige Motors had spread through Lagos's luxury car industry like wildfire. He was blacklisted. Sometimes late at night, he'd think about that day, about the man in the faded t-shirt and cargo shorts, about how he'd assumed, about how wrong he'd been, about how 15 seconds of judgment had destroyed 12 years of work. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. Against his better judgment, he answered. Hello? Marcus Adeleke? Yes? This is Chidi Okafor. Marcus's heart stopped. Sir, I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry. I've been wanting to apologize properly, but I didn't think you'd want to hear from me. I'm calling because I saw your name on a list, Chidi interrupted. What list, sir? A list of people who applied for a customer service position at one of my companies. Entry level. 120,000 naira per month. Marcus felt his eyes water. Sir, yes, that was me. I didn't think anyone would consider me after what happened. They wouldn't, Chidi said bluntly. But I wanted to talk to you first. I understand if you want to reject my application. I'm not rejecting it. I'm accepting it. Silence. Sir? You made a terrible mistake, Marcus. A mistake that cost you everything. But I believe in second chances. I believe people can learn, can change. Chidi paused. Can you? Marcus was crying now. Yes, sir. I swear on my children's lives, yes. I learned my lesson. I learned it the hardest way possible. Good. You start Monday, 8 a.m. And Marcus. Yes, sir? If I ever hear that you've treated anyone with disrespect, anyone, regardless of how they look or how much money they have, you're done. Not just at my company. I'll make sure you never work in Lagos again. Understood? Understood, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. I won't let you down. I hope not. See you Monday. Chidi hung up. Marcus sat there in his tiny apartment, crying, a broken man who'd been given the rarest of gifts, a second chance. 5 years later, Prestige Motors Victoria Island had become the #1 luxury car dealership in Nigeria. Emmanuel, now a respected senior sales manager, had trained an entire generation of salespeople in the art of respectful service. Blessing had been promoted 3 times and now ran the entire customer experience division. Marcus worked his way up from customer service at Payflow to eventually becoming the head of the merchant relations department, traveling the country to teach businesses about proper customer treatment. And Chidi still drove his 2018 Toyota Camry, still wore faded t-shirts and cargo shorts, still carried his beat-up Jansport backpack. But now, everywhere he went in Lagos, people knew who he was, not because of his clothes, but because of his character. And that story, the story of the poor man who bought the dealership, became legend. Parents told it to their children as a lesson about not judging books by their covers. Business schools taught it as a case study in customer service. Pastors preached about it on Sundays as an example of humility and grace. And every single person who heard it learnt the same lesson. That respect isn't something you give based on someone's appearance. It's something you give because it's right. Because you never know who you're talking to. And because in Lagos, Nigeria, Africa, and the world, the person you disrespect today might just be your boss tomorrow. Let us know what time it is and where you are watching from in the comment section. Subscribe for more interesting stories like this.